Hey, what's going on, guys? Eddie Love here, and welcome back to the channel. Before the video starts, I just want to give a huge shout out to my friend xLowdreamz. He helped me out throughout this video. I'm gonna leave his channel in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe. First, right? So we got the kids' dorms, and we have the dorm main hallway. They changed the window to this side. These two, there's only one window on this side now. Now, first things first, what I do want to check is that there. So I want to see if we do vertical pressure, if we'd be able to apply vertical pressure on that main window anymore. So that's for hatch. So it looks like that vertical pressure is now in the bathroom. Essentially is what it seems like. If it's still existent, let's see. So it'd be, I think it'd be around here. There it is. Yep. So we still be able to put that vertical pressure in. This is actually a pretty good spot now that I think about it, because if you take out this entire flooring here, check it out, boys. If they jump in and try to go for a plant anywhere within this vicinity, from here you can just essentially deny that entire plant. You can be able to get a C4 through there, and then boom, that'll just deny the plant. You'll be able to just shoot them from here, that'll deny the plant. So that's good. That's a good spot that we went ahead and found there. So that's a good little cheeky angle that you can play as a defender from the bottom downstairs. So we found that one with the windows. Now let's see if we can find any others. So of course I usually put a rotation there, and then a rotation somewhere over here. Sometimes if we get a mirror, that might be nice as well. Another angle that I think is pretty useful is if you would reinforce this, right? And then of course here you have that dorms window now that people would rappel normally on, but now you can also that other one was for the A-bomb site to deny the plant, but what you can do is if you reinforce that wall there, you'd be able to make a little rotation here, right? Boom, you can get in here and be able to come into sight pretty quickly. You see what I'm saying? Boom, there you go. And now you have access to both sites pretty easily. Of course, we always like to open the hatch for extra rotations. And then last but not least, I typically open this up here. It's somewhere on this wall. We might even have this reinforced and have the mirror and then just open this side, or vice versa. But that's kind of how we would play that. That goes completely reinforced as well. So that's just kind of this part of it, and we're just kind of exploring this bomb site in particular. So yeah, guys, those are just some vertical angles that I kind of wanted to take a look at, see if they would work out pretty well. For me personally, I think this one works out pretty cheeky. Even if you prep it, like open it up even more, I think it'll work out pretty well, because typically I don't think people really watch down here as an attacker if they were to jump in here, right? Because like they attack from here, and they're usually worried about that angle, and that angle, right? They're not really considering jumping in and being shot or C4'd from below. It'll work especially well. Just have a Mozzie prep it, a smoke prep it, anybody with a shotgun, a mirror, and then just get a pulse. You can even run pulse shotgun if you like. Get a pulse down there and get somebody with a C4, Kaid, Mozzie, anybody with a C4, preferably pulse, because he has this scanner, so he'd be able to pinpoint exactly where they are. And there you guys have it. Look, like I said, you can even open it up a little bit more if you wanted to play a different angle from the hallway from here as well. This one's a little bit more risky. I feel like the bathroom's a little more safe. People don't really drone in there when it's a top floor defensive round for the site. So yeah, guys, just kind of wanted to explore that one, and we're gonna go ahead and switch sites now. So here, this is the downstairs site, right? So we wanna this usually is like a big rotate, so I'll just so we'll just go ahead and open this up. Alright, this is usually where we rotate, usually play the mirror there, etc, etc. Now, of course, this kind of changed up a little bit. Now we have the stairs here, and then we have, this is the new bunker. So with the new bunker, this is kind of something you can do, or you don't have to, but you can. If you have somebody, like let's say you have a Mozzie, right? You cut off droning here, and you cut off droning here. With that being said, what you can do is you can you would open this side as soon as I can get this open enough, And actually, you would probably do this with a mirror, guys. This would only work with a mirror. You would reinforce this side. And then you can set up a mirror here. You see what I'm saying? This is kind of risky though. If anything, I might actually recommend it vice versa. Just kind of putting the mirror on the other side, just so that with this rotation doesn't have to worry about peeking in here as they rotate type of thing. This is one that's optional. You don't have to do this one. This one's a little bit more risky. You could just always just reinforce it. Okay? So you have the choice on this one, obviously. So with that being said, for basement defense, another thing I want to take a look at is what we can do with this hallway, because this hallway is kind of just not fun to play against as a defender. I think usually we would just fully reinforce this wall right here, just so you wouldn't have to deal about that while you're rotating, and then just so you get a better visual. Just remember, we'll have the mirror set up here or there, and then have the soft destruction or the soft wall, so you can, you know, go ahead and open that up. Now, one thing that can be useful though, if you want to do, of course, the flanks, like if there's somebody's going to be playing into meeting, this one's a little bit more obvious. I feel like, you know, you kind of just set this rotation, and then you pop this hatch open. You want to pre-pop it. You want to have all this pre-done, like done beforehand, because you don't want to pop it and make noise while the defenders are coming into the building. Okay, so like you got your little rotation, you got the hatch. If somebody comes for meeting hatch, you can see there's an angle there for that, and then you know, somebody's coming in through meeting from there, from the main lobby, from the main entrance, you can see that as well. And if you need a quick getaway, you can always just kind of go this way, right? You'll be able to get out of here. So that's that for that. And let's see here. That is the basement site for the most part, guys. Not much to the basement site. Like I said, so the basement site, it's literally just necessarily about the rotations. You reinforces the hatch. If you want a roamer, maybe a visual. I think a visual might be a good roamer to put up there. Just get them with impacts. Go way up top, make a rotation, and then open the hatch. So that'd be 2 impact nades that you use. You use one for the rotation, one for the hatch. You'd be able to play that third floor, and then watch the meeting hall, because that's a high traffic area for attackers, especially because the hatches are within that area. Or at least one of the hatches. So there's that. This one's, like I said, this one's a lot more high risk, high reward. If they don't drone or check over here, or if like you keep a Mozzie on that drone hole, and then like I said, you put one there, or you just make it possible to where they don't drone. This is a high risk, high reward, because once they started coming from this side, attacking from that side, if they don't know this rotation here exists, as a defender, this is easily, like, you can flank so easily from here, right? Let's say, I mean, if they're already putting pressure in, they'd all be in here attacking, and then look at this flank, bro. You just come in like this, boom, 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 boom. There's one, and then you see there's probably maybe another one in here because he dropped from the hatch. You know what I'm saying? So it could definitely work out. So with that being said, that's going to be the basement, guys. That's going to be the basement site. Yeah. Now let's take a look at something an attacker can do from below. So let's bring some soft destruction. Let's say we're going to use some buck. This is where this kind of angle play can come. Let me see, actually. This is where it can kind of go both ways, because if you have some people, okay, here it is. So if you have people up here, right? As a Bug, Sophia, or Ash, check it out. So usually you have a mirror plane up here. Remember in the dorms I was talking about earlier? As a Buck, or a Sophia, or an Ash, you'll be able to get some soft destruction done here. And this is great when you want to get that mirror out of placement for the big window. So let me go back up top and I'll show you guys.
So that's soft destruction we did, right?
That's here, right? So remember earlier how I was saying usually you'll have a mirror window somewhere set up here to look at the big window. Not only that, when you have this, look, essentially what will happen is it's going to be a 3-man push. If you're playing with a coordinated ranked team and you're just playing with, or even with just your friends, you'll be able to call it out and be like, hey, I'll buck from below, get an angle on them through kitchen because they're in the upstairs. You apply pressure on the main window, right? So let's say this will be reinforced. You're kind of holding an angle on the mirror. You start bucking from below. You'll be able to see her cross, right? She has to get out of there because she's getting pushed from below. Not only that, but if you do that and you have pressure on this main window right here as an attacker, check it out, guys. So check it out. So you'll be able to hold this angle even on an upside down rappel like this. Boom. As soon as that mirror, whoever it is playing the mirror, rotates, that's your kill, right? So look, you'll have, here, let me put my body just so you can see me here. So you have one player on the north rappel. You'll have a Buck, Ash, or Zofia applying pressure from the low, and you have the pressure from the main window from whichever attacker's attacking there. So that's a good pressure. Essentially, once you clear that mirror, whoever's playing that mirror, which you could do then, if you have a gridlock, anybody with smokes, the attacker on the window rappel, exactly what you do at that point, you smoke off right here, right? So you throw smoke, boom, he repels in, boom, and then you get over here, and then you plant. Right, you would plant right above this here, and then you would pop the hatch if possible. If not, you still have that vertical, essentially the player downstairs to be able to watch the diffuser. So you pop the hatch, you try to find a sneaky drone that you can put on it, and then you do your best to hold it from here. And then now you know, hey, we got one on the actual floor protecting the bomb, and then the diffuser, I should say, and then you got somebody from below protecting it. So you have two different angles established on the diffuser itself, while you still have the guy in the big window. At this point, once this is all being done and cleared out, this guy in the big window, he's just covering the rotation. So if somebody's coming up, if somebody has coming up from either here, they have a rotation here, and somebody's coming up from here, right, they'll have to contest that big window, right? So there's that. Also, if somebody's coming up white, or what used to be white stairs, they have to check this angle, see if somebody's on north rappel. So they have to see, is anybody on north rappel? Nope. Is anybody on this doorway? Nope. So that's two angles they have to check. A third one, is anybody coming down this corridor over here? Nope. That's essentially three angles, and then four right here, the big window. So that's a lot of angles the defender has to establish and take care of before they can even get into the site, the room of the site. So that's kind of how you can take the site from the defenders themselves. You get a Buck, Ash, or Zofia, apply pressure from below. You make sure you have one person on big window and somebody on north rappel. You pinch this defender, you clear him out. All you do from there, you smoke off this doorway here, get in here, go to the holes that are already on the floor, get the plant down, and you can either play here or you can even drop and watch it from below as well. So you see, you'd be able to watch it from here, and then that's it, man. You're golden, you're gravy. That's how you guys would attack the second floor bomb site as an attacker. All right, to focus. We're going to focus on the pressure that will be applied from the west side of the basement floor, or the basement site, which is, let me see, it's like the kitchen type area. So let me get in there and show you guys here in a sec. So you would, of course, hit the camera. Open up the door. For the sake of this, I'm just going to pop the hatch real quick. It lets me, okay. Okay, so let's say pretend the site was in here, right? So that, with that being said, right? So you would Thatcher, Thermite, or Hibana that if there's a Kaid or a Mute that puts his jammer up here. And then the same thing for the other hatch, which is, where is it? Right here. That's the one for meeting hall. Now, with that being said, we're going to focus on this corridor here. So this is the freezer. Okay, so this is freezer. So I'd say preferably it'd be best to get a Maverick here. So you would clear out freezer, right? Alright, so now let's just say they have this barricaded and then that reinforced, or even just this reinforced. What you could do is you would drone out the site, right, at a safe distance, a safe location, and you'd say, hey, look, so we know there's a mirror window placed there. We know we got some attackers coming in from the stairs there, and we know we have somebody pressuring from the back, either from the hatch or even from the bunker entrance. So what you could do is, what you want to do here, right, I'd say personally, is try to get one tiny hole towards here in the bottom, just to be able to clear out this little area there, which I can show you with my drone here in a sec. And that area is usually where they have the defenders have the rotation hole here. Sometimes you even got defenders playing on top of this laundry, or even just in the corner here. And you would want to make a little hole here just to try to clear out whoever that defender is. After that, I'd recommend, if this is reinforced, of course, open this up a little bit more as a Maverick, and then from there you'd be able to apply pressure to this mirror window, right? So So it's just like that, right? You'd be able to apply pressure to this mirror window here. And this is all saying, this is essentially all if this freezer door is reinforced. If it's soft, you're going to get shot through it immediately. So I don't recommend it. So boom, you got your Maverick here. He's applying pressure. He's helping the team out while you got other people, like I said, going for the hatches over here. They're dropping down hatch. They're coming through the bunker entrance or they're coming through the back stairs. And then you have one either dropping down the main hatch or coming down main stairs. So it's always you want to have different directions of attack, right? You don't want to all funnel in as one, especially on the basement side, because that mirror window, the placement here is just going to tear the attackers apart as they come down here. So you want maybe 1 or 2 attackers there. You definitely want one attacker flanking from behind, and then I'd say, like I said, have the Maverick right here, establish these angles, establish the crossfire. You can see right into the mirror window right here. Let's say if this is the soft part, you can be able to shoot through that, get that open up, and then you have an angle into the little laundromat area down in the basement as well. So yeah, guys, that's going to be my little kind of tip or guide on how to attack the basement site as an attacking team, specifically using the Maverick play in this position. Alright, let's do it. Alright guys, so this here is part of the examples section of the video. So you can see I got my friend here, xLowdreamz. I'm playing the Maverick. We're doing the mirror play. He didn't pick mirror by accident, but he's just going to assume there's a mirror there. He's got one side reinforced as a mirror would play there. He's kind of playing the mirror, taking shots down at the main stairs. At the moment, the mirror is not visible. I can see the arm. I'm going to wait for the perfect shot to take. And you can see this angle provides a pretty decent amount of essentially crossfire, right? You saw the C4, he missed the C4. He's going to get in a position to where, you know, eventually he's going to be exposed, and there it is. There's the crossfire. Maverick takes down the mirror, and, you know, that's kind of how that would work. What? So there's something. Alright, right here, be Buck. You be Buck. I'm going to go to the top floor, and I'll be Mirror. Where's Mirror?
Really didn't have a fuck going on.
You don't?
Yeah,
you do. I was gonna say this is your main. Yeah, you do. Alright. So for this one it would be
10 seconds.
right here. Okay.
5 seconds and counting.
It'll be right here. Hold on.
You must protect your bombs from
Go to the kitchen. I'll meet you in the kitchen right now.
Alright. I feel like I'm playing Minecraft or some shit. Fuck.
Practicing, dog. Fuck. Alright, so you would set up the mirror here. Cool. Alright. Alright, so then from here, yeah, buck right here. Just like buck out some holes right here. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. So right here, you'll be able to get out the mirror. You see, you'll be able to shoot that mirror, take that bitch out of there. Another thing, this one's a defender one. Hold on. Stand back. I'm gonna open this. Shoot some. Actually, I can do this as a defender. This is actually a pretty cool one that I thought of right now, bro. As a defender, this might work. Because when you think about this room, nobody ever drones this room, right? Especially if you're on the top floor. So what you do, you have a post or like a mirror or even a fucking Mozzie down here, and you can watch the main window. So if somebody jumps in and they try to plant, you can kill them, or you can even like throw a C4 up here.
Let's test it. Let me go outside.
Alright guys, so at this point here, this is the other example where I'm playing below. This time I'm using the mirror. I have the secondary shotgun. The holes are pre-made. You can see I already exposed my C4, but you can have somebody that already would have a C4. So this is watching the main window right now. Let's say it's a buck at the moment. He gets droned in. You know, it says his teammate says, hey, the site is clear. You can jump in, go for the plant, and then you're going to see what happens here. Nobody really drones this bottom site, or not even the bottom site, but this bottom room, and then you're going to see how it affects. So you can see, I mean, I was fucking around. I missed a couple shots. But you can see how much of an easy kill that was, if, you know, if I wasn't fucking around and trying to spam circle. But you can see there, it's a very established angle that'll definitely get you a kill.